Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're listening from. This is Obong Joe. I'll be speaking on workforce collaboration. Workforce collaboration. I am the Human Resource Director of 3D Africa, and I want to welcome you most especially to this great organization where you're going to be touching lives. And in the process of touching lives, you'll be getting to know one or two persons within the organizations. And it is very important that as you're coming in with a different role or with your own unique role in this organization, you would learn how to collaborate, how to work with each other, how to join hands together to make sure that the vision, the mission, and the ideology behind this organization comes to fruition, right? So I am a science tutor, most especially a biology teacher, and I'm going to be sharing some things that will fascinate you and will be necessary in our discussion as we move further. All right. So, as living things, we do not exist alone, neither do we have the ability to live without the help of each organ, each cells, each tissue in our body. This is a picture of an amoeba, all right? This is a picture of an amoeba, very beautiful picture there. Now, um, I would want to ask you a question. I want you to look clearly between an amoeba and the structure of a human being. What do you think is the difference? You might want to say height. You might want to say that human being can work, can do other things. You know that for a thing to be called living thing, it must possess some characteristics: movement, respiration, reproduction, irritability, nutrition, and all of this is exhibited by both human being and an amoeba. Now you would want to say that okay, a human being has a higher level of brain. Well, from that perspective, you're correct. But there's certain things I want to bring to your notice as we go further. All right. So you have a an amoeba. An amoeba is a unicellular organism. They are living entity that have only one cell. The emphasis I want to point out is that they have only one cell. There are other examples of unicellulars there. We have the protistas, we have some bacteria, we have some viruses that are only one cell. They are one cell organisms. They're called unicellular. They are one life entity. They do not need the help of another to survive, to live. All right. But then we have another group of individuals, and these individuals are called multicellular. All right. They need each other to survive, right? They need each other to be able to perform life functions. They are called multicellular because they cannot survive on their own. All right. So an amoeba can survive on its own, but a living being or a human being cannot survive by relying on one cell. And so you see that in the body, there is cooperation, there is collaboration. The workforce in the body are working together so that you and I can be able to perform different functions. All right. Now, in the body of a man, this is what actually goes on. The cells come together, they work together, and they form what we call a tissue by performing a specific function. And the tissues work together and form what we call the organs, and the organs work together and form what we call the system, and the system work together to give life or to give to help the organism to perform certain unique functions. All right, so this is very important. As we go further, you understand why this is necessary. You see that we cannot breathe in and breathe out if certain cells aren't working together. And in as much as we have different systems in the body, respiratory system, the excretory system, the circulatory system, the reproductive system, all of them are being harmonized by one central point, which is called the central nervous system, which is controlled by the brain. I want you to follow me. I know I'm going into science. It is very important that I explain this terminology because this is what makes us to be who we are. All right. So we are a product of what I call cellular collaboration. Cellular collaboration. We're a product of cellular collaboration. There is a teamwork. There's help. There's trust between each organs, between each cells, and which is coordinated by the brain. In as much as the brain is the central nervous system, and the brain decides to act on its own, the other cells of the body can begin to act on theirs also. Okay, let me give you an example. When a kidney has kidney failure, it did not just have kidney failure instantly. The cells began to die, and that led to the tissues dying before the organs is now affected. Okay, now in as much as the brain is still working, one part of the body, one part of the cell, tissue, and organ decide to stop working, and that can lead to the death of that individual. Others are working, the brain is working effectively, but just the kidney decide not to work with the others, and it results to the death of the individual. So it doesn't matter who or what function that the cell does in the body, it has to work with everyone for you to be alive, or for you to be functional, what we call being healthy. So we are a product of cellular collaboration. I work in an organization as an administrator, and there are certain things that I know to be my strength. In that organization, I'm an educator, right? And I head the primary and nursery section, right? I have an assistant and I have my bosses. Now, in this organization, in this school, I'm mostly the one that brings up the ideas, the policies, I make research. I'm the one that organizes trainings for the teachers, for the educators. I'm the one that is pushing them to use the 21st century method of teaching, all right? I believe in seminars. I believe in teachings and trainings and retrainings. I believe in research. I'm always not content with the former method, with the traditional way of teaching. I'm always bringing innovations. I'm always looking out for things online to bring to the system. That is my strength. I'm all about what can we do? What next can we do to improve the system? What next can we introduce to the system to make it better, to help the learners to learn effectively, all right? But then I have weakness. And one of my weaknesses is that I am not a disciplinarian. I'm not someone who likes to see the faults of most of the workers. So I don't know how to discipline them. I don't know how to implement, like follow up. Okay, I bring the policies, I teach about it, but I don't know how to follow up. I feel following up is strenuous for me. Okay, I could follow up for a week or two, but I cannot follow up for a month. It's strenuous for me because the time that I would have used to follow up, I would be using to make more research. I don't have time to start looking for faults and looking for ways to to discipline teachers because of one of the things they've done or because of a mistake they did and all of that. I don't have the time for that. I don't have the time to be looking for one or two weaknesses in them, right? I have an issues with supervision. I find it hard to supervise. It takes it's strenuous for me to supervise. I believe more in reading and more in research than the physical strenuous things and the physical work. All right. So those are my weaknesses. And as much as I love ideas and love to bring things, I don't have the ability to do the implementation, to do the supervision, to discipline them. It's a weakness because I need to have both. But I cannot have both because I'm a human being and I have my preference and I have things to do. But in the system, in the administration, or in the administration, there are people whose strength are supervision, whose strength they love discipline, they love things to be done. Everybody follow the set rules and regulations of the institution or organization. They love to implement. And so because I know my strength is in bringing the policies, I stay on that. I make sure I emphasize and bring ideas. Why they take up these policies after the training and make sure that the teachers do it. So you find out that in the organization, in as much as I cannot have all qualities, the qualities I have is being, and the ones I do not have is complemented by other administrative staff that is in the organization. And so it is important that we know that in every organization, there are people, everyone has a strength and weakness. So we're going to be looking at reasons, all right? We're going to be looking at some reasons why there must be workforce collaboration. Reasons for workforce collaboration. Number one, like I've stated in my story or about myself, that every individual has his strength and weakness, or her strength and weakness. In short, that is what makes us unique. We cannot be like everyone. Everyone has its own strength. Everyone has its own weaknesses. No one is complete. That's why we need others to complete us in the family. We need others to complete us in the society, or complement. All right, let me use the word complement rather, to complement our weaknesses. All right, and why we complement for others. So it's very important to know that everyone has a strength and a weakness. That is the reason, because if you have this mentality and have this idea that everyone has a strength, that no one is perfect, you would want to complement another. You want to help others in their weakness. You will be open enough to allow others to help you. All right. So it's very important to know that everyone in an organization has his or her weaknesses. Number two is that we are all building blocks. We are all building blocks in an organization. Very important. We have different personalities. We have different beliefs. We have different mindset. We came from different ethnic group. We believe in different religious tenets. All right, we have different religions, and we have different, or from different countries, race, and continent. So our cultural perspective is different. So we are different, and in an organization, you have a collective of different entities and different people with different ideologies and different strategies and different action. What unifies us is the goal and the vision and the mission of that organization, but it does not change who we are. It does not change our personalities. And so in an organization, we are all building blocks. Everyone comes with his own ideas. And so when there is collaboration, we just fit in and build a formidable organization. You can see from this structure, different sizes, different shapes, all right? And this results to is what makes people to come together and form a strong organization. All right. So the reason why we must collaborate, number one, is that we're imperfect. We have different weaknesses, we have strengths, and number two, we come from different places and we are different. And so joining together will become a molding block, right, for influence. So why is it that people do not collaborate? Why is it that people do not collaborate? Okay, so in as much as we know that we are imperfect, we come from different places, why is it still that people do not collaborate? Number one is that we have people who are introverts. All right. Introvert, they are people who believe or who stay in their thought, like what I've seen here. They might not say much, but have a universe inside their head, right? So they don't say much. They have the idea, the strategy, but they they aren't outward. They do not express themselves um publicly, and it takes time to get an introvert to associate. So when you have an introvert in an organization, you find out that especially when the introvert is heading a major role, you find out that collaboration in that essence is not effective because the introvert believes most times in himself or is scared of reaching out or bringing in more people into his or her world because it's used to being alone or used to being in few numbers. So this is the reason why a lot of people do not work force, do not collaborate. But it's essential that in as much as a person comes in with such a personality, it's essential that for an organization to grow, we must learn to release ourselves and learn to associate. The second reason why people find it hard to collaborate is what we call perfect. Perfect. They believe they are perfect. They believe they don't have any weakness. They believe they don't need any help. They believe they themselves they can do it. They believe they can do it themselves. They believe that they don't need the help of anyone. They don't need anyone. They believe they can. They will see the mistakes in others. No one can do it just like they can do it. And this is a problem because no one stays in an organization forever. All right. And secondly, the reason the category of this kind of people are people who are melancholy. They believe that they everything must be done right and they double check the work of others. They find it hard to work with others. They take all the load on themselves. That's why a lot of people die fast. That's why a lot of people have high blood pressure. That's why a lot of people are disappointed. All right. So this is a major factor why people find it hard to collaborate. And the last one I would want to share here is that some people are shy. They're shy, they're scared. They don't want to reach out to others so that others will not know their weakness, so that others will not use it to mock them. They're shy to relate. It's not that they are introverted. It's not that they have the perfect mentality. It's just that they are shy. They don't know how to relate with people, especially with new people. Okay, they can relate with friends, they can talk, and they are comfortable with friends when they get to know you, but they find it hard to reach out to others. They are shy. They find it difficult. They find it difficult to relate with others. What if he sees my weakness? What if he laughs at me? What if he gossips me? And what if is the reason that they are still stuck in a position? Like the reason that the job is not being done because they do not have the boldness to reach out when they do not know. So it's very important that you know the why, and so that if you are among or fall into any of these categories, you begin to work on yourself. So we're going to be looking at the importance of collaboration. What are the importance of collaboration? I'm going to be sharing only three: two peculiar to you, and one is peculiar to the organization wherever you work in. All right. So you may have to write it down if you have a pen. Number one, you learn more skills as you meet with other people, as you collaborate, when your team works with another team, when there is a unison or a unified cooperation between two workforce or two individuals or two departments or two directorate or different directory, you learn each other's skills. In the process of collaboration, you begin to learn the other skills. You begin to learn things by association. You begin to learn by association. You begin to take up skills. You begin to upgrade. You begin to upscale yourself because you are getting to know each other. You're getting to improve on the ideas that are given. You see, when you relate with people, you have that avenue to learn from their intelligence, to learn from their experience, to learn from their mistakes. All right. So it's very important that as a workforce or as a director or as whosoever you are in an organization and in this organization, it's very important to know that when you relate with others, you learn more skills. Number two, you meet new friends and build relationships. You meet new friends and build relationship. See, it is very important to meet new friends. You cannot get stuck with the people that you've known for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Every day of your life is an opportunity to meet new, and most importantly, social media has made it so lovely that you can meet people from different countries. All right. So when this organization is a platform to meet different people from different countries, when you collaborate, assuming you are from Gambia, you collaborate with someone from Cameroon, all right, and both of you collaborate with someone from Namibia, and from Namibia, the three of you collaborate with someone from Nigeria, and you see you're getting to leave your territory without even having to leave it physically, but you're collaborating with different people from different directorates in an organization from different countries. You get to understand them, you get to understand their cultural perspective, you get to understand their personality. It gives you a prep of or a preparation of how they believe and how they act in that country. Assuming you have a wrong mindset or perception about them, this is an opportunity for you to begin to correct it by working together. So collaboration gives you an opportunity to meet new people. I hope you are following me. All right. Now, the third one is that it strengthens the organization and helps to deliver on time. The organization is stronger when there is a workforce collaboration. When people act on their own, when people decide to do things on their own, the organization is weakened and duties are not delivered on at the appropriate time or at set time. So it's very important that you know that collaboration is key and is essential towards every or goal or a target. All right. Okay. So I can continue. It's very important to know that it's key to now. I want to state something. Um, Collaboration is a 21st century skill. It's a skill that you have to learn. You see, in the listed skill there, we have critical thinking, we have citizenship, we have growth mindset, we have communication, creativity, and collaboration. So you see that collaboration in the 21st century is key in this century. You, aside just having the prowess, the knowledge, the capacity, you must learn how to collaborate because the world is now technologically driven and we are connected, interconnected with each other. You must learn how to relate. You must learn how to connect with each other. All right. So in an organization where you are, and especially in trading, you must learn to collaborate because it's a 21st century. You have to develop yourself. You don't have to wait for an opportunity to. Now that you know, now that you have listened to this stream, now that you have been thought about it, you have to learn it. You don't have to wait for an opportunity to bypass you or to come before you begin to learn. You have to strive to learn. That is one of the things I like about myself. I'm self-taught about a lot of things, and one of it is about collaboration. I had to learn to collaborate. Now, let me share a story with you. When I got to know that collaboration is a skill that have to be learned, I decided to begin to reach out to people from different countries. Okay. But one of the things I did first was to join 3D Africa. I was, and the directors spoke to me about it, and I decided to join 3D Africa. And in the process of joining 3D Africa, I got to meet new people. I'll share two major experiences that has really cultured and helped me in my time in 3D. The first one, I met someone called Rubin from Rwanda, and Rubin from Rwanda, although not actually from Rwanda, from Central Republic of Congo, CRN. I don't know if I'm getting it right, but from Congo. Now, but he's schooling in Rwanda, and he's a web designer. So in the process of asking him some questions, because I needed some technical help at regards recruitment, we got talking, and I saw that he was someone who paid attention to my status on WhatsApp and wanted to know more because of some of the books I've written. And so in the process of discussing, I told him I would love to have a training with people from Congo and also from Rwanda. And he was excited and he said he would want to be one of the major persons that will help to spread the news to other people in his school. And so I did a training for students in East Africa. I did the training for students in East Africa. And Rubin brought over 60 people, or 60 students who attended that training online. And not just that, he had to translate what I was teaching to French for those who did not understand French. You could see as a result of collaborating with him to achieve something in the organization, we were also able to collaborate to achieve something that concerns me personally. So you see, collaboration is a key, not just only help in the improvement of the organization, you also help in your improvement. The second thing and the second story, major improvement that happened as a result of collaboration and Journey 3D. Well, I was speaking with the media director once, and that was before the first recruitment, and we were wondering how we are going to achieve that. And he spoke about arts. And when he spoke about arts, I just laughed in my mind. I said, look at this. How is he going to achieve it? So we contributed money, and all of a sudden, in one day, we got 50 people. In 2 days, we got 80 people. I think in 3 days, we got 120 people from different countries applying for positions, all right, for just 18 positions. And I was like shocked. Wow, how did you achieve that? Okay, he taught me, just told me his ad and all of that. That connection, that collaboration, because we could not do that without the media team. That thing instigated me to do more research on on arts rather. And today, as I speak to you, I use arts to run my programs. I use arts to do my online training for students on their brain to teach them about your brain and how to improve. So you can see, as a result of the collaboration we had, the human resource with the media, we were able to achieve what we achieved for the organization, right? But then it also improved me and helped me to up on my skill or upgrade my skill or scale my skill. And today I can run an ad. I run ads for my trainings. I'm even teaching people ads. I'm planning to be a social manager for my institution. So you can you see that the power of workforce collaboration does not just only affect the organization in a whole, but it also affects. So as a director, as a volunteer who who is who is coming into this organization to help us and to see that this organization move forward, I want you to understand that you are not perfect in yourself, right? You need people. Even if you're introverted, you can move out of your scale and reach out to the next person, reach out of your world, leave your word and reach out to the next person. The next person may hold the idea, the key to the success of what you're looking for. All right. So I wish that this training has really spoken to you and really instigated you to become a better person, to push beyond the horizon that you set for yourself. And I trust that you're going to be having a fun time in this organization. All right. So I am Upon Joe. I am a public speaker, a writer, an author of 4 books. I've written 4 books. I written a book on the brain to help students. I've written a book on public speaking. I've written 2 books on the mind. And if you're interested to get any of my books, you can click on this link, seller.co stroke m stroke Auburn June. Right, the O and the J are capital so that you do not you are not sent another link. So you just click on it and can order for any of my book. And again, very important to know this: you can get 1 book for free. There's a book there that is for free. It's called 10 Minutes Every Day. It helps you to change your mind. So I just want to thank you for staying true with us. And I believe that when you come into the system, you'll be able to do exceptionally well, collaborating with each other, collaborating with your fellow directorate or directors, collaborating with those working with you to help build this organization and also impact Africa as a whole, not just only yourself, but African is the big goal. Let's reach out and impact different countries, impact different youth in different countries. Thank you very much for listening. I remain Obonju. Thank you for your time.